Got it.
So, Anna, what made you want to join concert choir?
Well, I've already been doing choir for I did it for 5 years before, so I just really like it. It's a lot of fun, and I love to sing, so concert choir is great for that.
All right, what was the biggest problem you faced when coming to Heidelberg and wanting to join the concert choir?
I guess, I mean, I had to audition for it, but so I guess I was a little nervous for that, just because I also wanted to be in chamber singers, which is more of a select version of the choirs, but yeah, it was mostly maybe just nerves in the beginning.
All right, was there anything else within the problem areas that you thought, schoolwork?
You do have to, when you're in both choir and then you have classes, you have to be able to manage both homework and being able to practice outside of choir, because if you're going to do well in choir, you need to practice outside of it, and you need to have a balance of that. And then there's also the fact that since I'm a music major, I have to practice for other classes besides choir as well, so you have to fit that in.
All right. So, when auditioning, what was the hardest thing to overcome?
Probably the hardest bit, I would say, for auditions is usually for anyone would be sight reading, because he did play the piano with it, which helped, but then you're kind of just on your own to find those pitches, and that can be very hard. So
tell us a little bit what the actual auditions were like.
So first you had to sign up for a slot. So then you had that, and of course I warmed up beforehand so I wouldn't be all icky going in. But so he had you first, I believe, just test out your range. So he would have you sing a few exercises and just see what voice part you should have. And then he'll bring out samples of a few of our choir songs for that year, and you'll have to sing them to the best of your ability and sight read them. And that's kind of around more of what you do basically with that. But yeah, it's a little nerve-wracking, but it's best to be chill.
All right, so how did you feel when you actually got the part or the role?
I was pretty excited, because I've heard the choir before, and I was really excited because they sounded really good, and I just love being in choir. So then I got really excited because I got in chamber singers too. So yeah.
All right, so how were you feeling afterwards? Were you confident?
After getting in?
Yeah.
Honestly, it was a little intimidating at first, because I wasn't used to, I mean, yes, I did have, I would say, a higher level choir in high school, but just going into a new choir environment with a new teacher, I kind of had to learn his methods, and especially in chamber singers, he had a lot of a different way, and the ensemble's very small, so you have to be on top of it like that. And I believe, just right off had us sight reading without even practicing the music or anything, because that's what's expected. So.
All right. What were the practices like after that? Were they fun?
Are you talking in rehearsal or individual practices?
Both.
Both? I think it slowly gets better, because I didn't know Dr. Ramsdell at first, but once you get to know them better, it gets a lot easier. You have to get used to their method of conducting, because I was used to my high school teachers, and so now you have to readapt to that, and then just to his methods. I love his methods, by the way. His is great. But you just gotta readjust, and then you have to be able to find the time to practice all of that, because if you don't, there's always going to be little errors, and that's not going to be good in the long run for concerts. So you need to make sure you practice and smooth that out.
So, within your experience of actual like competitive concerts, what would you say would be the most enlightening experience?
I would say, actually, I'm going to be cheesy here and use a quote that my high school teacher used a lot. But I think with concerts, there's always going to be people in that audience that just really need to hear that music that day, because they could be having just a horrible day, month, or a year, but just that one concert could just touch them in a way to just make them feel more than what they have been feeling in like that past time period. So I think just improving people's lives with music and stuff, and that's what you get out of it, and I really enjoy that. So.
Right, so far, now that you're a sophomore, would you say that it's definitely worth the experience for more
Oh yeah.
music majors on the way?
Oh yeah, definitely. Like, I love the music program here. Like, yes, it can be hard. It can be hard to manage it, but like, it's just an excellent program, and I am so much more educated on music because of all the classes I've taken, and it's helped me with all the other classes, and it just, yeah, I have a great love for music, and it definitely does that. And especially since the school is small, it's a lot of individualized attention. So if I needed help, I can just go right over and talk to them. Like, it's no biggie. So I really like that here. So.
All right. If you had anything to say to future people who would want to join the concert choir, what would you have to say?
I would say just don't be scared, because auditions can be a bit intimidating, but don't be scared. Try your best. Like, if it just ends up that maybe you didn't get in, it's okay. You can get into community chorus. It's a little bit different, but it's still choir, and choir's just, overall, any choir is enjoyable. Just being able to sing. So yeah, don't freak out with the auditions. It's okay to be nervous. It will all be okay. And since you're a music major, there's probably a pretty good chance you're gonna get in. So, there we go.